I'm speaking to myself. But anyhow, let's go back to our scripture.
We didn't finish verse 19.
Oh, all right. Listen, you want
We
to.
stopped at the shall you not know it.
Oh,
And then
yes.
in the King James at the end it says, I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. The first part, when I'm reading, I always try to look at the different promises that God makes. Like when he says, I will, he's promising to do something. It's not a question. It's, I will do it, because he's not man that he can lie. So when he says something, he's going to do it. So
He's going
I
to do it.
will even make a way. Even in the wilderness, when it looks completely barren, or when it is completely barren, when there's nothing, when there's lack, when you're wanting, when God is telling you to go into the new thing, and then you're presenting to him, well, I don't have this and I can't do this, and what about this, and what about this? Even in the wilderness, or even maybe when you don't know what to do, so God, you know, God is putting something on your heart to do, or to begin, or to step into,
Yeah.
and you're like, I don't even know what this looks like. God is promising that he will make a way in the wilderness, and there will be rivers in the desert, in the driest place.
In the driest place. Places where we feel like there's no trail.
It's just me. Nobody went before. Where what am I following? What
What am I-
blueprint?
But you are the blueprint.
Oh God.
And that's what he's saying.
And too
Here.
many times we're waiting for a
We're
blueprint.
waiting for the blueprint. We're like,
And God's
there's
like,
no
what
way.
if I want you to be the blueprint for someone? You don't get a blueprint. You're the forerunner,
you're the pioneer.
because there's people that have to come behind you. They might get a little glimpse of a blueprint, but you don't get that. You gonna move?
Because
Still?
are you going to move into the wilderness?
Are you still gonna do it?
Are you? Are you, Maya?
I mean, I have no choice. I have to.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
I don't have any choice. We have to go. We have to do it.
We have to go.
We have to remember not the former thing. Look, because this is how we have to read scripture to ourselves. Maya, I have to remember not the former things. Maya, you can't consider the things of old.
It's not an option.
Maya, God is doing a new thing. Right now, it's springing forth. Maya, are you going to know it? Are you going to catch it?
Or you want to catch it?
Are you going to perceive it? See it? No, God is doing a new thing right now.
So the question is, do you see God doing a new thing right now in your life?
Okay, this is new. This right here,
Yes.
recording Bible study, sitting here, new.
Yes.
Perceiving the new thing
Yes.
is just catching it. Like he said, will you not know it? I said, God, I don't know. This might be a
Yes.
way in the wilderness. This might be a river in the desert. I'm just going to go. I don't know what's happening. But
That's
I'm here.
right. And being open, right?
Yes. And not shutting it down.
And not
Because
shutting
why?
it down. That's one of the things. Wait, go ahead. Go
Because
ahead.
I was going to say, when we're comfortable, when we get comfortable in how we used to do things,
Yes.
our natural instinct, our first response when a new thing is presented is to shut it down.
Yep.
Oh,
that's
I don't
not
know
me.
this.
I haven't done that before. That's not me. I'm not good at that.
I don't do that. Or continuing to speak the old thing over ourselves. I'm shy. I would always speak that over. I'm shy. I'm introverted. I don't like to talk. And in the old season, yes, that might have been accurate, but that's not what God called me to. So for me to continue to speak those things over myself, it's me coming into agreement with the old thing.
Considering the old thing.
That's considering the old thing. How are you good when you know that I know that God has called me to be a mouthpiece? What would possess me to continue to keep speaking over myself that I'm introverted, quiet, and shy?
That's right.
Those are feelings.
Those are feelings.
That's not my identity.
Look,
I don't receive that. I don't receive that. So
That's
here
right.
I am.
it's so crazy because I don't even see you as an introvert. I don't see you as shy at all.
It was bad, but that was all a tactic of the enemy.
It's all attack. Yes, it is.
attacking my true identity. That's
Yes.
all it's been. It's always been an identity attack, an assignment attack.
A time. Assignment. But really, it is. And that's why the new thing doesn't always have to be something so extravagant. You know, like sometimes we're thinking like, whoo, this wave. No, God is so gracious to know what little things,
Piece by piece.
piece by piece,
Brick by brick.
brick by brick, begins to build our confidence in Him and our confidence in who He's called us to. Like, so this is just another step in you reclaiming your voice, you know, And like you said, rejecting those lies. I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert.
What does that make you think of?
Miracles.
Mm.
Miracles. Makes me think of
Yep.
God is going to do it. So like God will, when we, there's no ifs around here. When we trust him,
Mhm.
God is going to perform. He's going to outperform in such a way that blows our mind. Like
That
if,
makes me think of breaking protocol,
yes, breaking the rules.
breaking the standard, because it says it's supposed to be. There's no
Right.
way in the wilderness.
Exactly. It's
Society says,
Listen.
standard says, all of this says. That's
God,
a fact, honestly. Like all of it. There's no way, and there's no
this
rivers
goes
in the
against
desert.
science
But God says, I'm gonna go against that because I'm God.
because I'm God. And the thing is, so often we get stuck, which let's go back to that. But stuck is not a reality. Stuck is a mentality.
Mm-hmm.
It's the limits that we put on ourselves because we think we don't have other options. We're
Mhm.
like, oh, this is my only option. It's not true. We're never stuck, but we may just not have the
Ooh.
strategy.
That's
We
good.
may just not know our next step.
Mm-hmm.
But we just have to realize that there's always an alternative to stagnation.
Always.
Always with God. And here's the thing.
Mm.
We get in that place of stuck. So we think in that mentality because we might look at the wilderness and say, there's no path. How can I do this? And God says, I'm going to do a miracle. Or we look at the desert and say, there's no water.
There's no water here.
I'm going to shrivel up and
There's
die.
nothing to build with here, God.
We're-
You're asking me to do
just-
this. Where are the supplies?
Where are the supplies? Where's the life?
Where's the help?
And God's like, go.
And then
And I'll bring it. It'll spring forth.
Girl,
It'll sprout.
My favorite part is a lot of times when God is taking us into the new thing, that's when he's the most quiet. It's like, God, so you're bold and loud with telling me that this is about to happen. And then when it's time to step into it, it seems like you get a little bit more quiet.
Because he already told you what he won't do.
So he's like,
I already said it.
I'm not giving any more instructions. I first need you to go and do the first part. Whatever you know that the first step is, I just need you to do
the
that.
first step.
Until you've completed that, don't come back to me asking for anything else.
That's it.
Don't come back to me asking any questions about what's next. Nothing else is next until you do that.
Step 2 is always in step 1.
Oh
You-
my
you-
God. Say it again.
You-
Say that
step,
again.
Step 2 is always in step 1.
It's wrapped up in it.
It's wrapped up in it.
You cannot
You be
get
like,
to
oh God,
2
you can't get to 2 until you do
without
1.
one. Because
People-
key, you haven't unwrapped step 1. No, that right there, no, that will preach.
We be like, God, all right, I know what I got to do, but then
I need to put that in my notes. Say it one more time.
step 2 is in step 1.
It's wrapped in.
It's wrapped in step 1. Step
It's
2, 3,
concealed.
4, 5,
Look,
6.
Step 2 is
It's
concealed.
You
in
won't
step
reveal
1.
it. It is.
Oh my
you
Lord.
won't reveal it.
And I need that. That's a word.
It's the truth. So we be like, God, all right, I know I need to do this, but then, so who's going to do this? And how much money is going to be?
Girl,
and how we
that's
going to get the
me.
money? And how I'm going to do the...
And what about this? And
And
what
what
about
about
this? And what if this goes wrong? And then what if they don't like it? Or what? And then
Now
look,
you're considering-
Now we're
and
even
you're-
thinking
then it's
about
like-
other people. We're thinking about how
Oh,
it will
you
be
gotta-
perceived by other. Oh my goodness.
Then we really got to come on that, talk about that.
Oh, because
the way-
that has to be unpacked.
The fear of man is a what? Snare. What is a snare? Get you trapped.
Mm.
We really got to get free from the fear of man. That right there. If I'm obeying, this is what Paul said. If I'm obeying man, I can't be a slave to God.
Because I'm a bond
can't be-
servant of Christ. You're not a slave to people.
You're not a slave to people.
or the opinions of people.
Because let me tell you something. People want look at Jesus. What they do with Jesus? They said,
They
"All
always
hail King."
look-
They had him on a donkey. Then they crucified him and said they wanted the crook over him. I listened to that. These people said, "Give us the crook, Barabbas. Release the one he killed people."
over the one
The
that has
righteous
not
man.
done anything but help all the people
All the
around
people.
him.
And then here's the thing. Jesus went and was healing people, casting out demons. He went and started getting people in a right mind in the city. And guess what they told him? Leave.
Because they want to see people. The people do not want to
got
see see
scared.
you. People
They
do
get
not want to
scared.
see.
They
do
said,
not.
get out our city. He coming fixing stuff.
And then look,
setting stuff in
and then
order,
he's healing the look, delivering people of stuff. And then
and
they're telling them,
go. Then they want to
no,
claim.
because that right there will.
Then first they and Jesus said, "Look,
It'll
y'all
make
gonna
me
call
angry.
y'all gonna call John the Baptist a drunkard and crazy, and he didn't drink nothing. I'm with the sinners, hanging out with them, and y'all call me crazy. It don't matter what you do.
It doesn't
the point
matter.
is,
It literally
people-
does not matter. They will always have something to say.
people gonna have something to say.
Oh my God.
You cannot worry about people.
And what did God say?
What he said, boo?
I don't know what he told you to do. I don't know.
What-
I don't even know what camera to look at.
That one.
I don't know what he told you to do. I know what he told me to do.
What did he tell you to do?
And he just told me to go. That's it.
That's it.
Just go. Just go.
That's Matthew 28:19.
hands-
What he said in Matthew 28:19.
Do something. There's too many. Key. There's too many of us that are stuck. We're doing nothing.
Do
Something.
Do something.
Give him. Even if you do something wrong. Even if you're trying to obey and you move and do something. Give him a chance to correct you and redirect you. We don't even give him a chance.
Let me tell you something.